Alright, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I just woke up. I was so sick all day yesterday, which is when I was supposed to do my June favorites video, but now I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna sit down and talk about it. I feel like it's a little bit more interesting when you walk around and you move. I know maybe last month I did it in the car, which was not that exciting, but at least I was like doing something else besides sitting there and talking to you and telling you about all the things I read this month. So we'll just kind of do it like this, is I'll just talk about the things I consumed this month, what I enjoyed, and what I might recommend or push forward on. And yeah, so stay tuned. Black tea with milk is my go-to morning drink. I boiled a bunch of eggs here earlier this week so I could have the egg white right when I woke up. Eat protein as soon as you wake up rule. One of the books I completed this month, For Our Body by Ferriss. It's actually the last book I got with my Audible credits. It's basically like this super guide to having an amazing body with minimal effort, but I mean this effort is not minimal. I mean probably minimal time. First chapters are about nutritional things such as what's called the slow carb diet, where basically your carbs are limited to things like beans and that's why I'm eating lentils. It has all these like little hacks or these little things, and maybe they're gonna make it better for you, such as having a little bit of protein in the morning, which is good for you anyway. And he recommends these supplements like garlic and green tea. So from the diet thing, I basically just been eating a lot more protein, and lentils are basically my only source of carbs. The next chapter is about working out, and it's with what's called Occam's principle or Occam's protocol, which I googled everywhere and I couldn't find any kind of research about Occam or even who that guy is. But basically you just pick a couple of exercises, like major compound lift exercises, and you do them as many reps as possible, but with a tempo of 5 and 5. So 5 up, 5 down, which, time under tension is very important for, inspiring, there's a better word, inspiring muscle growth. And it's taxing. It is taxing. I did like 3 exercises with this. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm done. I was sore for a bit, and I did feel like I had a nice little muscle pump. So anyway, the other chapters were there's a whole chapter about sex, which was very interesting, and another chapter about sleep. But the sleep chapter was really I didn't feel like there were a lot of takeaways from the sleep chapter. And then there was a last one about longevity or living the longest life possible, blah blah blah. Obviously the main points or the most interesting things are going to be the the diet part, and a little bit of the workout thing. But mostly the diet thing is where all the interesting things are said. So for breakfast I have 2 eggs and lentils with some seasoning and nutritional yeast and just a little bit of olive oil on top of all that. And I also want to say that slow carb diet is very much a diet, meaning it's not something I could do or I would want to do long term. I have a really bad habit of leaving cabinets open. A diet is a diet. It's a temporary way of eating, sometimes to get back on track or maybe lose weight really quickly, but it's usually not very maintainable or sustainable. Just because as you go through life, you kind of want to eat everything that is offered to you or that you can experience. For example, I'm going on vacation next 2 weeks, and I am definitely eating everything that's offered to me. I'm not gonna wait, it's not part of my Ferriss diet. I'm definitely eating everything that I can. I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna tell you about my other audiobook that I listened to this month. The second book I listened to on Audible this month was 29 Gifts by Cami Walker. It was on flash sale for $2, so it wasn't really part of my subscription, but I was really glad to get it. Also, it was mentioned by Jen Sincero in one of her books. So 29 Gifts is just about, it's almost just like a daily journal of this woman as she goes on this giving challenge to give something away every day for 29 days. And what I believe the point of giving something away is to remind yourself of how much you actually have. Giving away something that maybe you don't even feel like you can afford to give, because you realize you actually have so much. When you think about how scarce your life is, more evidence of scarcity will always show up. You always find what you're looking for. But when you're looking for something to give and how much I can give away, you will see that there's abundance everywhere. It's very simple, and I also want to say that the narrator is a very good narrator. She narrates very well, and she does accents for the various characters in the book, so it's great because I always know who's talking. But it's just a good book, and it's very simple. Like, this girl just like journaled her day, and then I guess a couple years later, or a year or so later, made this a book, and it's wonderful, and it's added so much to her community and everything. I have yet to complete a 29-day challenge. I've started and stopped like twice, I think, and I think I just forget on the second or third day. So I think I need to like print off a journal or like sign up with her blog or something to get reminded about it. But it's a nice book. It's wonderful to listen to, so I highly recommend anyway. Whew, hot. It's hot. All right. Other thing, and I told you I was going to talk about people that I follow on Instagram. I actually don't follow this person on Instagram, but he's an Instagram person, Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V. He's been showing up on my newsfeed a lot. I guess a lot of my friends like him, and I ended up following him anyway. Like, he's like a business person, CEO, entrepreneur, wine seller. I would put him down as a motivational speaker, and I love that he just says it as it is. Like, he doesn't try to sound eloquent or anything. He kind of just like, and he talks really fast too, which I had to like get over, but because he has so much to say like right away. And it just very like down to earth, like plain old, I don't know, like basic advice delivered in a way that's very motivating, I guess. I've been enjoying his stuff, and he's given me some really good ideas, especially with like Instagram messaging and vlogging and things like that. If you're trying to grow yourself as an entrepreneur or an influencer or whoever, I would definitely recommend following him. Okay, let's get some light. Let there be light. Hello. Okay. Wow. That's very specifically light. Alright, so I think the last thing, closer, better. I think the last thing that I'm going to talk about, I'm sure there's more, but this has been it's pretty recent, so it's like very heavy on my mind, and I feel like it has done a lot, or it has a lot of impact for this short time it's been a part of my life. I joined this Facebook group called Manifestation Babes, which is part of this community started by this blogger slash entrepreneur slash coach, and it's just like a community of women particularly that are just basically being very supportive, and they're very into this woo-woo stuff. I love that people call it woo-woo. Spirituality, law of attraction, crystals, etc., etc. I'm still working on my law of attraction manifesting powers, if I should say. I feel like I have yet to manifest anything, even though I've been practicing this for a while, and it was just nice for me to I went on there and I just expressed my, how let down I felt in myself, but it's just, they've been very supportive, and they've been very inspiring as well, because they go through, they have their own issues and struggles as well, but they just, open up and share about it and share about the good stuff in their life. And there's so many good resources that I found through this website. Yeah, just a couple of things that I wanted to talk about for this month. There's more. And yeah, that's all. I hope this, I know I stayed in my house, but at least I wasn't sitting down the whole time for this video. I think I want to have a little bit more active videos going up, and that's all I have to say about this. I want to wish you, as ran out of space right as I was saying goodbye. I want to wish you a happier, healthier, and more magical day. Thank you so much for watching.